It's still alive, and we back with another one, man. And we're gonna get into sorry, my bad. 5 times that Larry Bird got hurt and proves he was one of the toughest players to ever play. And I did another reaction of a video of his injuries and shit too. And he's by far, from what I've seen, I think he's by far the toughest player we've ever seen play in the NBA. But man, drop a like, comment, subscribe, drop any recommendations below, and we're gonna get right off into this video.
You know, to his credit, he gets up and fights through it and goes out there and plays, but he is not a healthy person right now.
I've never met an athlete that would play with pain the way he does, and an athlete that's so highly self-motivated as Larry Bird.
Facts. Facts. From what I've seen, man, he played through so much pain because I know the I know the broken back pain and shit, man. Because like I said, I've been cut open 3 times from my ass to my shoulders for back surgeries and shit, and I'm about to get cut open again eventually to fix my broken hardware. So the fact that he was out there playing like the next season after he had back surgery and shit is crazy.
I think 4 or 5 years you'll think back about what he did, or you'll just, you'll go that. I think it's one of those things that as the years go by, it'll become bigger and bigger and bigger.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and today I'm back with a video where this time, once again, we have to talk about Larry Legend, one of my favorite players of all time. And I think even the most casual NBA fan knows that Larry Bird in his career was a very tough player, and he overcame tremendous adversity as well as injury.
Broken backs, broken faces, freaking Achilles injuries, knee injuries, fucking broke his, I guess he fucking broke this orbital bone or something right here to where it dented in his face. That was one that I learned about the other night. I did not know about. There was some other ones that he did too. He played through the craziest amounts of injuries.
I wanted to make a very quick video explaining how tough Larry Bird was and just some of the big time injuries he overcame.
Black eyes, he got poked in the face and at one point to where he had to wear these goggles and he was seeing 2 different rims at the same time.
So with that being said, let's get into the video and look at 5 times Larry Bird overcame injuries and absolutely dominated. So the first injury we're going to look at is from 1979, before Larry Bird was even in the NBA.
Oh yeah, where he fucking fractured his hand. I just learned about that one too.
This injury occurred in a friendly softball game with Larry Bird's brother as well as friends. And here's Jackie MacMullan explain this very bizarre and peculiar injury.
What fuels me? Waking up clear, no cough.
Shattered his hand, if I'm remembering correct. I think he shattered his whole hand. And he said from that point on, he never had the same feel for the basketball, but still had this crazy good career. Even though he said he never had the same feel for the basketball, it's crazy.
I bring
Crazy.
energy, I bring joke.
Well, he shows up, and who's on the other team but his brother? So Larry's playing out in the outfield, and his brother hits this kind of spinning, looping ball, almost like a Tim Wakefield knuckleball. It's just spinning all over the place. And Larry tries to go down and make a basket catch, and his finger goes all the way back, and he's like, man, wow, it really hurts. And he looked down, and his finger was completely dislocated. And he really was bothering me. He had to stop playing right away. And so now remember, he's been drafted by the Celtics during this point, but he has not signed a contract yet. So his finger is in a bad way. He has to have major surgery with clips put in and pins and everything else. And he never tells the Celtics this has happened. But, sooner or later they get word, and they summon him to Boston. And the trainer examines him and says, then the team doctor examines him, and they say to Red Auerbach, this guy's damaged goods. Now, Red's like, really? So he says, come on, Larry, get dressed. So Larry puts on his stuff. Red throws him the ball. He goes out. He starts shooting from all over the floor. He's hitting from everywhere. Throws him a few bounce passes, has him throws a few overhead passes, and he said, you look fine to me, kid. And Bird said, great. But Bird to this day will tell you, he's never had the same feel for the basketball.
Yeah, okay, so I was right. Damn, he did say that. He never had the same feel for the basketball from that day on.
So obviously a pretty bad finger injury that affected Bird for the rest of his life. And around 2010, Larry Bird gave an interview and said,
I feel that because just breaking my elbow, this arm I just got my elbow cast off, and this arm goes completely straight, this arm does not go completely straight, and it never will. He said, like it almost goes completely straight, but not quite. There's a little bit of a bend to it.
His finger to this day is shaped like a boomerang at a 45-degree angle pointing toward his thumb, and he's had 2 surgeries that have failed to straighten it out. But I think the most intriguing thing in that clip is that Larry Bird himself said he never had the same feel for the basketball after this injury. And Bird, for his career already, was one of the best shooters of all time. He was the first player ever to win the 50-40-90 club, and he routinely shot over 90% from the line. But with that being said, Bird actually could have been a better shooter than he was in the NBA if it wasn't for that devastating finger injury.
That's true. That's true. Who knows? Like, if he didn't have the same feel for the ball after a broken finger, he could have been a crazy good shooter if he never broke that finger.
Now, next up on the Bird injury.
But that's not to say it would have helped either, because eventually you kind of forget about that broken finger. You know what I mean?
List, we go to his back, one of the worst injuries a player could ever have. And this injury for Bird occurred in 1985 in the middle of his prime. And here's his doctor, as well as a few commentators, talking about how tough Bird was and how difficult it was for him to even play a basketball game.
Larry had 2 jobs his last 7 years of playing. It was playing basketball, and then it was him being committed to taking care of his back.
He had first heard it in 1985, building the driveway at his mom's house back in French Lick.
Larry decides to do it himself. This is Larry Bird, the superstar, out there breaking his back, literally.
See, this one's got it right. I didn't know this, and the other one I watched about him, they said that he heard it chopping wood, and somebody in the comments corrected it. Sorry, I got to Google. Sometimes it'll send me a notification for some reason if there's a copyright thing, but it wasn't that. But it said that he heard it chopping wood, and somebody in the comments corrected me, or corrected the video and said, no, he heard it doing the driveway. So this video's got it right.
Shoveling gravel. And that was the beginning of a process.
I would see him on TV laying down, and then they told me that he had to lay down on planes, different things like that. And I was like, wow.
As Magic soared through the prime of his career, Bird was breaking down. His deteriorating back.
It's so sad because, like, imagine the career he would have. I say if he was healthy, he would have won 6 or 7 championships. That's what I honestly believe.
And punishing style of play.
If he would have been able to play for 20 years like LeBron did, he would have 6 or 7 championships.
Proving an excruciating mix.
From 88 to 92, it was painful to watch. It was painful to cover. Larry is quite ornery when he's not feeling well, which means he was ornery for those next 4 years.
He could manage the pain in a way that very few people can do.
That's when he broke his face, broke his jaw and shit, when he hit the ground right there, and he goes to the locker room, and then his team starts losing, and he comes back out and wins the game.
If you get paid to go to work, you got to go to work.
It was a situation that he was seeing almost daily. He had lost the structural stability in his spine, so it would slip into abnormal positions to try and lock itself to get an artificial stability. That's like getting your finger stuck in a door and somebody's still pushing on the door. So what he had to do was unlock his spine, realign it, do techniques that would hold that for 4 hours, 6 hours, that type of thing, and then he'd go play basketball.
That's crazy, dude. God damn. That made my back hurt thinking about it.
So obviously that back injury was pretty devastating for Bird, and it kind of marked the end of his prime. But even with that being said, Bird in his last 7 seasons still put up tremendous stats, averaging 25.1 points per game.
With a fucking broken back that was doing all that, he still played 7 more seasons, averaging 25 points a game, 9 rebounds, and 7 assists. Shooting 91% from free throw and 49% from the field. That's insane. That is insane.
9.3 boards, 7.0 assists on near 50-40-90 splits. Those stats right there from an offensive perspective are still some of the best stats of all time. And once again show Bird could handle pain like few athletes ever. And one of the most remarkable things I've ever heard,
that step back gets me every time when he puts that dude on the ground,
comes from Larry Bird's former teammate, that being Robert Parrish. According to Parrish, Larry Bird never took painkillers, pills, or any shots in his entire career. Bird simply toughed it out and showed mental toughness as well as physical toughness and played basketball at the highest level for 7 more years. Now, also one thing Larry Bird was known for in his career was being mentally tough. And here's a quick story from Kevin McHale talking about Larry Bird's mental toughness after being stuck down in an airport for 10 straight hours.
Back then when we flew commercial, we didn't fly private. We
Flew
played
commercial
Tuesday
is
night
crazy.
game in Cleveland. And of course, we got up for the first flight out. We had a game on Wednesday night in New Jersey. Snowstorm hits Cleveland. We're at the airport at 7 in the morning. Flight's canceled at 7. It's canceled at 8. It's canceled at 9. It's canceled at 10. Canceled at 11, 12. We finally leave about 1:30 or 2 in the afternoon. We fly up to New Jersey. Now the storm has kind of moved into Jersey. And the bus driver says, well, I can't get to the hotel into the arena. I can only go to one place. Well, we had a game that night. We go to the arena.
Crazy.
So we get to the arena, and I mean, we're dragging. And we're sitting around the locker room, and, and everybody's kind of, we're tired. And, and all of a sudden, the coach gives a little bit of a speech of, come on, man, guys, we're playing basketball. Let's get ready to go. And Larry stands up, and Larry says, a couple other few choice words, and he says, I don't know about you guys, but I'm going to take it out on their rear ends. So I was like, oh, all right, so let's go. So Elbert King sitting there. Larry
He said, all right, let's go. What's up?
Choice words, and he says, I don't know about you guys, but I'm going to take it out on their rear ends. So I was like, oh, all right, so let's go. So we go on the floor. Elbert King sitting there, and Larry walks up to Elbert King and goes, don't take this butt whooping personally. I've been eating hot dogs all day. And then Elbert King looks at him like, you've been eating hot dogs all day? What's that got to do with me?
What the fuck? Yeah, what the fuck does that have to do with you, bro? What the?
All day. And then Elbert King looks at him like, you've been eating hot dogs all day? What's that got to do with me? And we went out and just hammered him. I mean, we terrorized them.
That's fucking hilarious. Just the randomest shit. I've been eating hot dogs all day, so I'm about to give you a butt whooping, bro. Don't take it personal. What the Bro, the whole game, I bet that dude it was in his head like, why did Larry tell me he's eating hot dogs all day? Why did he say that? Why did he say that? And that mind games, Larry knew that dude was going to be thinking about that. The mind games are free, like crazy.
And that was Larry. There was no excuses. I mean, he just played. And I tell you, that was just his competitive nature. But a day when you fly all day and eat hot dogs in the airport, best thing was Elbert's look on his face like, what hot dogs got to do with me?
And that story from Kevin McHale, for the most part, is pretty comical, but I think it still shows Larry Bird had extreme mental toughness. And when it came to playing basketball, he would give it his best every single night. And I actually went back to Larry Bird's game charts, and I found this game from 1986 on April 13th. In this game, Boston beat New Jersey by 28 points. Larry Bird had 26, 4, and 3 on 64% shooting, and he didn't miss a single three-pointer or a single free throw.
Damn, didn't miss a single three-pointer or a single free throw. That's crazy, bro. Just the toughness at that point, after having back surgery and stiff, and still being able to go out there and play like this is crazy.
And what makes it even more impressive to me is this game versus New Jersey was the last game of the season. Bird could have easily packed it in and waited for the playoffs, but still, he wanted to play this game for his teammates as well as his coaches.
Because it doesn't matter if it's the last game. No matter what, you want to win. That's the difference in some of the nowadays players and the old players like Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, Michael Jordan, Kobe. They all wanted to win, and they would play every night. Because like I heard Kobe say one time, he goes, I want to play all 82 games because there's a kid in that arena that's never seen me play before, and I want to give him a show. That's my job. And that obviously there's that competitive edge to where they want to win no matter what, even if it is the last. But a lot of them felt that duty to be like, I need to go out and play every night no matter what, because this is what I'm paid to do, and there's people here to watch me, and I want to give them a show.
And that year in 86, Larry Bird didn't miss a single game playing all 82. And if you compare that mindset from Bird to the modern day players, it's simply night and day. I pretty much guarantee you any modern day superstar will 100% sit out that game and rest for the playoffs, but not Larry Bird.
Kale provides overnight support for visible skin renewal. It's patented delivery of...
Sorry, I was reading some of the chats from the live stream I did yesterday, and I said something. I apologized about going back and rewatching the shit over and over again, because I'm like, sorry, I keep going back and talking so much. And people are like, man, we watched the live for your reaction, so go back as much as you want.
Worth playing.
And when talking about Larry Bird in his prime, 1980 to 86, really before his big-time injuries, he played 561 out of 574 games.
Crazy.
He played all 82 games 3 times and over 36 minutes per game.
You don't see this no more. You don't see the stars playing 82 games. You just don't. You don't do it. You don't see it. I don't know. Like, when was the last time an all-star played all 82 games? When was the last time Stephen Curry or Kevin Durant or like fucking Anthony Edwards or SGA or fucking any of these players, Luka or LeBron, or when was the last time any of them played 82 games in a season? Probably never. Probably never.
Every single year. In 2 years, he actually led the NBA in minutes per game. So back in the day, Larry Bird, if he could walk, he was 100% suiting up and playing basketball.
That's what I like to see.
But the one time in Bird's career where he simply could not play was in 1989. This year, Larry Bird had severe bone spurs, he had what many people thought was a broken foot, and he had double Achilles surgery. And back in the day, an Achilles injury could possibly be the end of your career. But once again,
he had double Achilles injuries. I thought it was just one. So he had surgery on both ankles and came back, which is crazy because, like, the only person I know that, like, which Kobe was older too when he had his Achilles surgery, so he didn't like, he came back and played for 4 more years, but he was never the same, you know what I mean? And that's kind of how it was with Larry Bird too. He came back and played more years, played 2 more years after 1990, but he was never the same after his Achilles injuries. But he also had his back injury going on too, so you're not going to be the same.
Again, not for Larry Bird, as the following year, he had a very great and underrated season, averaging 24.3 points per game.
After double Achilles surgeries and a back surgery, he still played 75 games out of 82 games. That you don't even see the stars playing 75 games anymore. They load management, and if it's a back-to-back, they're playing one game, they're sitting out the next game. Like, that shit pisses me off.
9.5 boards, 7.5 assists while playing 75 games at 39.3 minutes per game, while leading the NBA in free throw percentage. So even after all those injuries, Larry Bird once again came back to all-star form, and he overcame double Achilles surgery. Now, the last Bird injury we have is in 1991, and this injury is also the last great Larry Bird moment in the 91
Wait, somebody in the chat just said something about, I might have told you this, but maybe did not, to mention about Larry Bird being on a trampoline in high school. He was the assistant coach. What do you mean? Did he get hurt on a trampoline? And then somebody else said he had a fractured thumb before the finger injury. Nah, hell nah. Yeah, somebody just said crazy, huh? Nobody in today would do this. Nah, not at all. Nobody in today's league is playing 82 games. Not even close. They're just not doing it. According to the rules at the time, all he could have on was tape. Oh, he had a broken thumb while he was playing NCAA in the finals, and he could only tape it. That's crazy. I didn't know that story. He was out of his damn mind. Facts, bro. Larry Bird was something, bro. Like, I have a super high pain tolerance. I've had all types of surgeries, knee surgeries, back surgeries. I've broke arms. I've broke thumbs. I've broke my nose. I've broke all types of shit. Larry Bird's way tougher than me, though, for sure, dude. Holy crap, dude.
Versus the Indiana Pacers. And to kind of set the stage, in this series, Boston, they were heavily favored. But in games 1 through 4, Bird was not playing up to par, only averaging 18 points per game, 9 assists, 8 boards, on 37% shooting, and 11% from 3. And back in the day in the first round, it was a best-of-5 series. So Game 5 was a winner-take-all game.
Facts.
And near halftime of this game, Larry Bird would go down with a severe head injury, possibly a broken cheekbone.
Yeah, this is when he broke his cheekbone, went out the game, came back in, and won the game for them. This one right here might be the most impressive of all the Larry Bird injuries to me personally. The fact that he got a concussion, he got knocked out and broke his cheekbone, went back to the locker room, heard his team was losing, so got back up and came back out into the game and won the game for him. That's insane to me.
It was a mild concussion.
Right here, the swipe knocks it free. Bird on the floor, then left hand
Ooh.
keeps it alive, but he stays down for a long time. What effort effort by Larry Bird.
They say he got knocked out right here for a little bit. You can't really tell. You don't know if he's just laying his head down or if he really, but they say that he did get knocked out right here a little bit for a couple seconds.
And Larry Bird is
He definitely broke his cheekbone and had a concussion. I don't know for sure that he got knocked out.
headed directly to the locker room for treatment.
But in typical Larry Bird fashion, he would tough it out and come back in the middle of the third quarter.
And here comes.
Wait, hold on. Let me answer some more of these chats real quick. He said he was at the time he dared him to hit the shots while bouncing. Yeah, gotcha. And somebody said that's Larry Legend. Yeah, bro, he was just the toughest there is, for real. Here he comes.
But certainly this out of the pages of Willis Reed in Game 5 of the championship series involving the Knicks and the Lakers in 69-70.
And in this Game 5 in the Boston Garden, from that moment on, Larry Bird would dominate for the remaining 18 minutes of that game, having 17 points, 7 boards, and 5 assists.
Do you guys like me having the chat on screen like this or just off to the side? Because I can put the chat on screen like this, but I don't do that because I don't want it to like be too much in the way of the video. Otherwise, I can keep the chat on stream like this. Just let me know if you guys like it like that.
60% shooting, leading Boston to a 3-point win. And that Game 5 versus Indy is the last great Larry Bird moment as he overcame injury and dominated in that second half. So with that being said, that is the end of the video. Let me know your guys' thoughts. How tough do you think Larry Bird was?
Tough as nails.
Trash talker of all time, and where do you rank him on your all-time list? Let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments below. And as always, thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you guys next time.
He was tough as nails. That's what he was, for real. Hold on. Let's find another Larry Bird video, and let's get straight into it. Larry Bird never expected Mike. We're going to get right into another Larry Bird video. Just stay with me. There should be one popping up. Let's see if we can't find another one of his trash talking videos to just go straight into. This one's not too long. We'll get right into this one.
Scrubbing bubbles. That's the scrubby way.
World War II Navy veteran and former Cardinals AAA.
This was the smartest guy in the world of basketball.
Is he worth the price of admission or what?
He is too much. Absolutely too much.
He was a basketball genius.
Before we get this one going, let me answer some more of these. Somebody said, I've watched this game several times, still gets me chills. Whatever works for you. So you guys like the thing on screen? And then no painkillers is a mental dude. What the fuck? Yeah, for real, because like, I mean, I'm 4 years sober off all my pain medicines and shit now, but yeah, like, I mean, I've had to get some of, I just reacted to the 4 craziest stories right before this. Whoever said, please react to 4 crazy stories, Larry Bird, more injuries. I just reacted to that right before this. He did that one last night. Yeah. Well, no. I did that one last night, and I just did another one today. But first time you see how distorted his finger was, it blows my mind. Yeah, for real. His finger was messed up. But all right, we're going to get right off into this next video, y'all. I appreciate all you guys doing in the comments and stuff, man. It makes the live stream more interactive and stuff.
He'd be a step ahead, a thought ahead.
Yeah, his pinky finger too.
Play the game like a chess game. I'd much rather guard Michael Jordan than Larry Bird because you have to play the game as a thinker when you're playing him. You have to get in.
You grew up in Indiana, not far from Yeah, see, I grew up in Illinois, so like that's why my uncle was a Indiana State fan, and he was a huge Larry Bird fan growing up. So like that's how I've known since I was a kid that Larry Bird was really like that. Like I wasn't a kid that grew up thinking LeBron was the GOAT. Like I already knew the legends were really like that because I had uncles who watched basketball. They were talking about at least 1 or 2, couldn't tell you which though. Yeah, he's broken a lot of fingers for sure. That's for sure. But yeah, bro, so like growing up, my uncle was, you know what I mean, I'm really close to Indiana State, like 2.5 hours. So like my uncle was a huge Larry Bird fan. So like I knew about the legends and shit since I was a kid.
inside his mind. Larry wasn't quick, couldn't jump really high, but there was just some sleepless nights.
He felt control, like a conductor, like a maestro.
Now they clear aside for Larry. Fakes it. Bird.
He passed it off the backboard to himself.
This guy was going to do one thing almost every night that really spun your head around.
Bird to Vincent to Bird.
The dude that said Larry is my GOAT, I can respect that. I don't have Larry at number 1, but I have him at number 3. You know what I mean? And I can respect anybody who has him at number 1 because I see why. But to me personally, MJ and Kobe are still 1 and 2, and then it's Larry. So, like, I'm not trying to show no disrespect at Larry because obviously you can tell I love him as a player. But to me personally, it's MJ, then Kobe, then Larry. But anybody who has Larry at number 1, I can respect that.
Over the backboard! Oh, I don't believe it.
He was playing chess and everybody else was playing checkers. He was 3 moves ahead of everybody else. And you never knew what he was
He wasn't just playing chess. He was playing 4D chess while they were playing Connect 4.
To do, but you knew it was going to be something special.
They weren't playing checkers. They were playing Connect 4, and he was playing 4D chess.
Larry Bird was one of the biggest trash talkers in basketball. And a lot of people say, really? You know, they thought it was Reggie or Charles. Larry Bird talked more trash on the basketball court than anybody I've ever played against. And
I can respect that.
He told me 2 things one game. You know, our rotation.
I can respect Larry being your GOAT for real, especially if you grew up watching him. Or even if you're my age, I would respect somebody saying Larry is the GOAT for real.
Double teaming Kevin McHale always had to rotate to the corner, and Larry Bird was the one shooting it. You know, so he shot one. And I mean, I'm trying to block this shot, and he would just tell me, Scott, you're a little too late.
I got Kobe and MJ right there on the wall. I got 24 on my hands because Kobe was my favorite player growing up. Like, obviously, that was the generation I grew up in. But even though Kobe was my favorite player, I still don't have him at the GOAT. You know what I mean? Like, I still respect the older players, and still, like, MJ to me is still the GOAT, and then Kobe, and then Larry's right there. You know what I mean? Larry he's definitely top 3. You can put those 3 in whatever order you want.
You know, a little too late. So we playing them in the last play. He says to James Worthy, he says, you guys don't have to worry about it. I'm going to go right over there that corner.
He felt like he owed it to him. That's exactly what Kobe said. Kobe was like, there's a kid in this arena tonight that has never watched me play, and he came here to watch me play, or he came here to watch this game, and as long as I'm not seriously injured, I'm going to go out there and play because that's what my job is. Kobe took that shit really serious, and like you said in the comments, Bird took that shit serious too.
He said, they're going to set a screen for me. We're taking the ball out. He said, I'm going to curl right over. And he's telling us to play. He's telling us to play before they even take it out. He said, I'm going to go right over to that corner, and I'm going to catch it, and I'm going to shoot it, and I'm going to tie the game or win the game, whatever the case may be. They take the ball out, and I think it was either Danny or DJ, the late, great DJ.
We heard this
take
story
the ball
already. Let's Norman. Oh, shit, we got a freaking thing. But yeah, bro, the toughness that I see out of Larry Bird is actually insane. Like, it mesmerizes me. Like, I thought Kobe was tough. Like, I seen Kobe play through a lot of injuries that you just don't see players play through anymore. And what I seen Larry Bird playing through doesn't even compare to what Kobe played through.
Adults with moderate to
shoot it right in your face. Start ready with.
Got the ball.
And you're not going to play.
I get a charge when I tell somebody on the opposing team that I'm going to hit the last second shot and then do it. That's what it's all about. Opposing team.
And catch it over there and shoot it.
This was him this is him explaining why he liked calling out his plays. I've never heard this right here. I've never heard Larry Bird explain why he liked doing it.
I get a charge when I tell somebody on the opposing team that I'm going to hit the last second shot and then do it. That's what it's all about.
See, he was an adrenaline junkie. That's what he was. He was an adrenaline junkie. You can see it in his face right there when he's telling that story. He's like, I got get that juice from telling him what I'm going to do and then doing it. Yeah.
The 3-pointer on Larry.
If he didn't play basketball, he would have been outside racing dirt bikes, jumping them 100 feet in the air or something. Like, he was definitely an adrenaline junkie. You can see it.
Bird and said, take a look at that. And Bird just came right back and hit three three-pointers in a row, and just basically said to him, and we all heard it, that you're out of your league.
Or he'd say, Danny, give me the ball, or DJ, give me the ball. I got this guy in the torture chamber down here.
Hold on, let me answer some more of these chats. What do we got? The GOAT combo can be very subjectical, so as long as you don't give it to Bill Laimbeer, I'm good. Yeah, bro, for real. I ain't doing that. That hit the mark plus his fake work together, unique. And his passes look just like the jumper. Facts. Yeah. Every fake could be a pass. Yeah. That's the shit that would get me, where he would fake people under their legs and shit and then go behind their back or act like he's going to wrap it around, and then he'd come around and shoot it over their heads, and just made it. In the other stream, I said it literally looked like he was playing with like his little brother out in the driveway or something. You know what I mean? Where you're just playing with him. Like, it was actually funny as hell watching him do that shit.
Why the guy was standing right there listening to him say it.
I was getting ready to start a game and get up to the jump ball, and Larry said, you know, just out
His
of the blue,
tip passes that he would do, where he would barely touch
what you
it.
told me. And I didn't tell him anything. And I said, well, go ahead and tell him. Like, you said you were going to kick his ass. I'm like, oh, man.
Right, exactly. It just blows your mind.
Well, at that point, it was hard to say, no, I didn't say anything. I said, I guess so. But, you know, Larry just got so started up. Larry is a funny guy.
The other thing I laugh about, too, is remember Anthony Mason, just the kind of the point forward, powered guy, just big, strong guy. We're playing. He's in New Jersey now. They call him up and from the D League or the CBA or whatever it was called back then.
I heard this story. This is that dude that's like built like a linebacker that they thought was going to be able to like kind of hold Larry down. And Larry Bird was like, all them muscles ain't going to help you tonight. And every time he hit the shot, he turned around and was like, muscles.
And he's sitting out there, man, that guy's like, he's got, muscles everywhere. So before the game, Larry looks at him, he goes, hey, Kevin. I said, yeah. He goes, look at this guy, man. And he's standing there, he goes, look at all those muscles. And, and Anthony Mason is just standing there kind of posing, and then Larry looks at him and goes, yeah, all those muscles aren't going to help you tonight. He said, I'm going to bust you up. And Larry would shoot the ball and yell muscles when he was shooting it. And I just kind of laughed. Well, probably my favorite one was we were playing in Phoenix, and we were way up. We were like 15, and we have the worst fourth quarter in the history. We're terrible, and Larry's bad. Larry's missing shots, throwing it to the other team.
Every great has bad games, bro. There's no matter how good of a basketball player you are, you're gonna have games where you fucking suck. You're gonna have like streaks of games where you have like a 3 or 4 games in a row where you just suck. Like, and Larry Bird, though, luckily he was able to control. Like, if his shooting wasn't on, he was still able to control the entire game with his passing and his like court vision and his IQ without having to shoot. I remember watching in one of the videos, it said that he contributed to like 32 points in one quarter without even shooting the basketball. And I was like, that's crazy. So he helped his team score 32 points in one quarter without even shooting a shot. That's how great he was at passing and moving, and like just his IQ on the floor was insane.
The third row, and they come back and somehow they go up 2. So we have a play, a bounce play. I'm taking it out, and Larry says, I'm going to bust off the play, and I'm just going to come.
Hey, what'd you say about Magic Johnson? Magic Johnson was injured and suited up anyway, so they had to hide his uniform a couple times that he wouldn't do it. He wanted to play so bad that they had to hide his uniform so he couldn't play. He really needs to watch the Jalen Williams Cookie podcast with us. That would be epic. Once this is over, drop the link in the comments below, and I'll react to that podcast sometime. I got you.
And I'm going to shoot a 3, and I'm like, we're down 2. I'm like, no, don't do that. I'm like, let's shoot a 2, please. Go to the hole, try to get fouled. Let's just get into overtime, see if we can't win this game. And Larry says, no, I'm just going to bust a 3 on him. I'm like, oh, my gosh. So he tells the Phoenix bench, he tells the coaches, yeah.
I'm tired. I'm just going to hit this 3 and go home.
Just fixing to bust a 3 on you guys and just go home. I'm tired of this. And he gets the ball, jumps out, busts the play, comes out, gets the ball at the slot, shoots the ball, as the ball's in the air, he kind of turns towards the Phoenix bench and yells, "Told you so."
Told you. Before it even went in, before the ball even goes in, he goes, "Told you so." That's how you know you're a great player. If you have the confidence to do that, you know you're a freaking amazing player.
Running to the locker room, and it went in, and I just started laughing. I was like, "Oh man." You know, I just
The person that said I need to watch Jason Williams' podcast, I have a Jason Williams white chocolate highlight stream that I did down below a couple weeks ago. That was a good one.
those ones where you just kind of, he has such supreme confidence, and it was just. But that's the one when you're back in.
All right,
Larry
for
went
sure,
in
I'll
and
go
said,
check
"Well,
it out."
I won the game in the first 3 quarters, and I lost it in the third quarter, and the fourth quarter, excuse me. Then I won it at the end. He goes, "My record tonight is 2-1." And we all just kind of laughed about it.
Larry Bird has always been a man who loves the game and plays because he enjoys it. And so in February 1986, the NBA season was kinda getting boring for Bird. The Celtics would go on to have a 67-15 record, and they were pretty much dominating.
Does anybody know how many seasons the Celtics had when Larry Bird was on it that had 60 win seasons or more? Because I've seen a lot of his seasons were like 62 wins, 65 wins, 67 wins. So like, were most of the, besides like obviously I don't think the first year was a 60 win season, but like how many 60 win seasons did Larry Bird have throughout his career?
In the middle of
I'm curious to know.
9-game, 11-day road trip for the Celtics on February 14th against Clyde the Glide Drexler and the Trailblazers. And to keep things interesting, Bird addressed the media the day before.
Oh, okay. My bad. You said the brown Jason Williams, not the white one. I thought you was talking about white chocolate. Okay, yeah. I'll go back and look for that link. You said it was in the last video before this one?
And in front of the whole world, he said, "Tomorrow night's the last game of the trip. I'm gonna play this one left-handed, at least through 3 quarters." Do you know how disrespectful?
27 points with his left hand and like 47 points or 45 points for the whole game.
You gotta be to say that you're gonna be playing with one hand, let alone your opposite hand? He pretty much said that he doesn't even need to use his right hand to whoop the Trailblazers. Dang, man. Larry Bird is such a savage. But there's more motivation behind the trash talk. The Trailblazers were the only team to beat the Celtics on the Celtics home court that season. Bird had 20 points and 11 rebounds in that game, but he only shot 9 of 26.
That was the season they went 50 out of 51 at home. That was a crazy stat for me. They only lost 1 home game that whole year. That's insane.
The floor, and so there was much more than just keeping the game interesting. And because Bird said to the media, the whole world had listened, and the Trailblazers had heard this as well.
Oh, really? He took his rookie year, he took them to a 61 win team his rookie year. I didn't know that. I knew he made them a lot better his rookie year, but I didn't realize he brought them up to a 61 win team his rookie year. Right when Chuck bombs him, you can tell Larry said, "Stop." Stop, bitch. LOL.
So they knew it was game on. So the game starts and Larry Bird is already on his lefty wave. He starts out shooting floaters and making layups with his left hand. This man was straight up destroying their team. You could see Bird making an effort to use his left hand, pump faking with the right, and then finishing with the left. Even his assists and blocks are with the left hand.
And Larry told all of us players and the media too, we were all standing around waiting to leave. He said,
he got all the way to the Eastern Conference Finals his rookie year. That's crazy. I didn't know that.
Last game of the trip, I'm going to play this one left-handed at least through 3 quarters.
What a performance by Bird!
And at the
as much basketball as I played growing up, like I was decent with my left hand. Like I was good around the rim with my left hand, but shooting jumpers and shit with my left hand, you got me fucked up. I wasn't doing that. The only other player I know that could shoot left-handed like Larry Bird was doing in this game was Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant could shoot left-handed from outside and shit too. Like there's videos where he had his broken finger to where he was shooting with his left hand throughout the game, especially in the mid-range and shit. Now that takes another level of skill for real to be able to score with your left hand, not only around the rim, because all players in the NBA can score around the rim with their left hand. But to shoot jumpers and shit with your left hand takes a lot of skill.
End of 3 quarters the next night in Portland against poor Jerome Kersey. He had 27 points left-handed.
Yeah, championship in his second year.
Eventually, though, Bird wouldn't keep shooting with his left for 3 quarters and would just bang in deep jumpers. The Trailblazers were coming at him with everything they had, but it didn't matter. Bird just wanted to win this game and get revenge for the earlier game in the
He's good as a three-point shooter as Larry Bird was. Like in today's league with it spread out and how much three-point shooting goes on, he would have been, oh my goodness, we would be talking about the best three-point shooter of all time, I think, if he was in today's league. To me, I think Ray Allen is the best three-point shooter we've ever seen. Like, if you go through his stats and everything, and like, he really was like just strictly three-pointing, like three-point shots. Ray Allen, I think, was the best three-point shooter we've ever seen in the league. Me personally.
season.
Even better than Stephen Curry.
Hit the game-winning shot and get the Celtics to dub by 1 point in overtime. Keep in mind that this Celtics team was without the injured.
Oh, he was naturally a left-handed player already? I didn't know that. That makes more sense on why he could do that. He wrote lefty and he ate lefty, but he played. Do you know why he played right-handed and not left-handed? That's weird to me. So he was ambidextrous, however you say that, where he could do shit with both hands. Ambidextrous or something like that. That doesn't sound right, but it's something like that.
McHale, who was their second best player, and so the entire Trailblazers team could focus on Bird. Larry Bird would end up with 47 points, 14 rebounds, and 11 assists in an overtime game. After the game, Larry Bird told the media, "I'm saving my right hand for the Lakers."
I'm saving my right hand for the Lakers. He really they hated the Lakers back then. You know what I mean? Like they had so much love for each other as their careers got on and shit. But like when they were fighting for the championships and shit, Larry Bird and Magic Johnson and the Lakers and the Celtics hated each other.
We had a three-point contest at the All-Star break, and Larry walks in and says, "I hope all you guys in here are thinking about second place because I'm winning this." Excuse me? And he started shooting, and he just did.
This is one of my favorite stories. I mean, I've heard this story a lot. Like some of these stories I've heard in this video I haven't heard yet, but this is one of my favorite stories. I'm just trying to see who's going to come in second. Crazy to have that much confidence. And then Michael Jordan was like, he didn't even take his warm-ups off because he still had his jacket and his fucking sweats on and shit.
Miss.
Oh, he didn't have his sweats on. He just had his jacket on. I just remember seeing the video of Michael Jordan being like, he didn't even take his warm-ups off. Shit had me laughing so much.
To live her life on.
Larry was the originator of getting in your face and talking trash. And then you sit there and you go, "What this guy up in my face talking noise?"
Let me check these chats. You said, I wonder how many times other players told the opponents to play before they executed it. Yeah, back then everybody was usually taught play sports with right for the most part. Sometimes it was just because they didn't have left hand. Yeah, but basketball, it doesn't really matter. You don't need left-handed gear. You know what I mean? Because the ball isn't left-handed or right-handed. With baseball and stuff, I did know that they would teach left-handed people to play right-handed, or they would teach like, you know what I mean, like tennis players and stuff. Like they would teach tennis players to play left-handed tennis players to play right-handed and stuff. Bird plays all sports left-handed, eats and writes with his left hand. That's crazy to me.
He ain't that fast. He's slow,
so talented.
But he knew how to aggravate you, agitate you enough to get you out of your game.
I remember the first time I played against Bird. I'll never forget this.
The craziest part about that is like the fact that, to me personally, I think left-handed players have an advantage in the league, because a lot of times people try to be like, oh, people can't go left. So that's like a way that you can kind of stop certain players. Like Kobe, when he was playing defense, if a player couldn't go left, he would always push them left. But if you're left-handed, like I've heard, like there's a few players in the league where they say like being left-handed came in handy, because a lot of people weren't used to guarding people that could go left. They were used to pushing people to the left, but not used to guarding people who could actually go left really good because they're left-handed. Used to guard it right-handed.
Shake his hand. I'm a rookie. I'm playing against the Boston Celtics in the Boston Garden. I'm go shake. And Larry put both hands behind his back. He wouldn't shake my hand. I said, okay, he's just getting into the game. First play of the game, he said, you don't even belong.
I've heard that, yeah, being left-handed was actually shunned at some points of our history. Was in his right mind. Yeah, shunned at some points in history. Parents would force their kids to be right-handed. Yeah, I've heard that before.
Lee Holmes, and he shoots a 3. Now, I wasn't mad that he made the 3. But I said, did this son of a bitch just call me Holmes?
This son of a bitch just called me Holmes?
and he came down and did it again, so I'm pissed, you know. So the next time down, see me on the breakneck pitch, and I jump up and I throw it down on him. I mean, he fouls me. And he said, hey, Rook, I like you. You got hot. He said, but I'm still getting 30 on your ass.
This one was in the video we just watched before that. That's crazy, though. He goes, I like you, but I'm still getting drop 30 on your ass.
I mean, that's who he was. But that was the only time he ever talked trash to me, because he respected me, because he knew that I was going to keep coming. That really taught me something, you know. If you were
Rookie year, he looked at me and he goes, you can't stop me. And I looked at him and I said, gosh, boy, you keep laughing.
And right, he remembered the time when Larry got on the roll, started shooting the ball, he said every shot was going in.
Goodbye, she's gone.
I guess the two-pointer was too close.
And when he ran by the bench, he goes, that's a heat check. Just see how that.
Wait, what'd you say? The olden day, they thought you were a witch or something if I remember right. Dude, I think Larry Bird was doing witchcraft or fucking voodoo in the locker room, because I've never seen anybody pass the way he passes, dude. Like I swear to God, I think he was doing witchcraft in the locker room.
All right, he runs by Frank Layden, who's the funniest guy in the league, and Frank is coaching, and Larry says to him, hey, Frank, don't you have anybody on that bench who can guard me?
Is that how you
He goes, so nobody out here can. Frank looked down at the bench and goes, no.
He'll look at you like, hey, what you doing out here? You better call somebody else. I even heard him tell the coach, hey, look, coach, you better get somebody else out here to guard me, because I'm killing this guy.
In last year's playoffs, Person was out to make Bird eat his words while adding a few.
He's starting to fall into place. I hope you all realize this. We got Larry, one or two little moves, and we're ready to go.
Boy, Henderson.
Tell me he wasn't doing witchcraft in the locker rooms, dude. I swear to God, dude. I've never seen any player in history do some of the passing. Like, dude, how that, or he had 6 eyes, bro, because some of the passing, bro, it makes no sense. He wouldn't even be looking that way. He's an alien, you said? Just to clear that one up. Yeah, for real. Like, some of the passing that he was, like the other video, the dude was saying, yeah, maybe the planet that Larry Bird came from will send another Larry Bird one day, but until then, we'll never see another Larry Bird.
McHale to Bird. Spins. Oh, what a shot. What a great.
And people say he couldn't play in today's league. He's doing the moves that today's players learn from them.
Hale to Bird.
Big shot, fade away. Bro.
Spins. Oh, what a shot. What a great shot. The cut to Bird. Swings through. That'll be burst. Right up the score. How did he make it?
He was slow, but he leads a fast break. Couldn't jump. He'll come up with big-time rebounds. This is my game.
He couldn't jump. That's one thing, but he wasn't slow. He would, when he wanted to be fast, he was fast. Now the jumping thing is valid. I do give him crap and say he couldn't jump over a 2x4 in the driveway, but not slow. He wasn't slow, that's for sure. When you could see him when he kicks on his jets, bro, he would pass everybody on the court. He would be back behind people and take off with the ball and be passing them. So slow, like that was a misconception that I had, that Larry Bird was slow. He played at his own pace. He was fast when he wanted to be.
Passion, and I love it. I'm going to do everything I can to win this game, to win any game.
Larry would be bored for that. Yeah, for real. Larry Bird would be bored as fuck in today's game. Larry would practice three-pointers with his eyes closed. I never heard that. That's crazy.
When nicotine cravings.
He would really practice three-pointers with his eyes closed? I remember when fucking Michael Jordan and Kobe shot free throws in the game with their eyes closed. And then Kobe Bryant bet that one dude $500,000. Kobe Bryant was sitting at the free throw and some dude started yelling at him. And Kobe was like, what, 500,000? And then fucking Kobe made the shot, I think, with his eyes closed or something like that.
This game is Larry Bird.
See, you don't see star players diving and risking their bodies like this nowadays. You'll never see LeBron James do that. I'm sorry, you won't. You'll never see LeBron James throw his body into a table just to try to save the ball. You won't see it.
It's Larry Bird.
Hale charged for it. He goes down. Larry Bird dives for a loose ball and gets it to McHale.
He's making passes or doing things with the ball. You say, well, how did he do that?
Bird is making all the passes. How about that?
That's what I'm talking about. His touch passes, the fingertip passes are crazy. Witchcraft.
How did he do that?
Bird is making all the passes. How
Yeah.
about that?
I said he would be a great volleyball player in my stream yesterday.
Quickly ahead to Bird. Behind the back move. Dumps it to Parrish. What a pass by Larry.
Rebound to Bird. Look at that pass. Oh, what a show. Oh.
Somebody said he blocked Kareem's hook shot, which was supposedly unblockable. Yeah, they also won a jump ball against Kareem. Really? I didn't know that. That's crazy. But Kobe Bryant, they said Yao Ming was unblockable, and Kobe Bryant blocked Yao Ming twice in his career.
He would just flick it or tap it or bounce it
Yeah,
to
just
a teammate
tap,
without even
tap.
catching it.
Bounce, Bird. Nice tip to McHale.
Witchcraft.
Pretty as you ever want to see. Pass to Bird. Behind the back to Perry.
Larry dropping passes off left and right, and we were running up and down and scoring. It was basketball the way it was meant to be played.
Bird with the pass through the legs of Sigma.
He said, man, this is great. How great is this?
See, I did see one time LeBron threw a pass through somebody's leg, and you could tell, like, by watching it, it was a complete accident. He was trying to go between two players with it, but the dude moved, and it went between his legs, and it went straight to the player it was supposed to, but you could tell it was an accident. Larry Bird did this on purpose. He purposely went between this dude's leg with a ball.
We were running up and down and scoring. It was basketball the way it was meant to be played.
He purposely went between his legs.
Bird with the pass through the legs of Sigma.
He said, man, this is great. How great is this?
Bird on the drive. Slapped away by Vincent. Bird
Got it back.
gets it back. Saves it. Nice pass to Maxwell.
Then passes, dude. Like, it's everything that he did. It's his passing that gets me.
Saves it. Nice pass to Maxwell. Go, Larry Bird is putting on. Larry Bird follows his own shot.
Yeah, there's a clip of him doing on Uncut Hoops, but Uncut Hoops sometimes does copyright restrictions and shit. A few times when I've done their videos, I've had to get them taken down, so I don't know if I can do that one or not.
I can remember one time he said, you guys want to win the game? And I said, sure. Yeah, absolutely. He goes, give me the ball and get out of the way.
Williams has it. Williams to Bird again. Up fakes. Fires another three-pointer. Oh! Ties it up!
I remember in particular one where I had to make a pass in from Phoenix, and the Suns crowd was going wild.
Max looking, loops it to Bird.
That's the one where he told him what he was going to do and did it.
The Suns crowd was going wild.
Max looking, loops it to Bird, a runner. It's good!
One thing I will say about Larry Bird's little floater shots that he did, they looked goofy. They did look goofy. As great as he was, and he made them, they worked, but they looked goofy.
Since Larry let it go, he virtually turned to the bench and was looking over like, should have had more than one guy on him.
Yeah.
DJ to make the inbound pass, the double team.
I do remember that. Yeah, okay. It was in the. I do remember him blocking Hakeem Olajuwon. Yeah, okay. I just see. I've been watching so much shit. Yeah, he did do a lot of between the leg passes, or he would fake between the legs, and then when the dude would turn around, he would pull it back and shoot and make the jumper, which is crazy to me.
Larry fake, fall away.
You know, if the game is close and they got the ball, or you don't
Wait, he did what in the 1981 finals? I remember Larry Bird out rebounding Malone in the 81 finals. That's crazy. I didn't know he did that.
Pushing in terms of the lead. Larry Bird can win the game.
Bird pops out.
Not his shot. Yeah, he did have a pure, beautiful shot. What I was meaning was just that one shot that he had, that little runner type floater shot that he used to do. Just that shot kind of looked a little goofy. Not the like his regular shot was great. His regular shot looked so good, but it was that little runner floater that he would do off one leg. I thought that looked a little goofy to me, possibly.
On the sideline, goes baseline, throws it up, and Larry Bird did it again. He did it again.
He dreamed the game. He knew what was going on in everybody's mind.
5 seconds to go. Thomas wants to get it in quickly.
Now
They forgot Larry Bird was on the court right here.
the steal by Bird. Underneath the DJ, lays it in. What a play by Bird. And Boston has a 1-point lead with 1 second left.
And as I'm walking to the huddle, this is what I see. I'm walking to the huddle, stand up, Charles, and I see DJ do this. I mean, it wasn't no high five. It wasn't Isaiah dance. It was like it was a love thing, you know. Like
he was like appreciative of what Bird just did. He was like, "Come here, brother, give me a hug." Like, I can't believe you just did that.
They hugged and embraced, and I'm walking to the huddle, and they were our mentors. We studied them. They taught us everything, and they were great teachers. Not only were they great teachers, right, but they also, after they beat you, then they would school you.
He's my boy, and I tell you, we went through a lot of battles together, and we won a lot of games. We won a lot of games on his IQ and on his toughness. Right. That dude was one tough guy.
He wasn't one tough guy. He's the toughest dude I've ever seen pick up a basketball. He said that was one tough guy. I've never seen a tougher player in my life. I've seen some tough players. I've never seen or heard any stories that prove any player is tougher than Larry Bird.
Another cartridge.
Like Yao Ming. Yao Ming was playing through so many injuries and shit. And I thought when I did his documentary reaction, I was like, damn, he was tough as fuck. Doesn't even compare to what Larry Bird was going through. Holy fuck.
Fights Kareem, swings the elbow, and now is yelling at Larry Bird.
You could never back down.
Jaw to jaw.
Once you do, people look at you different. You had
Facts. You can't fucking back down, bro. You get right back. I don't care if Kareem is 7 foot. I'm gonna get right up in his face. That's the fucking fighting mentality in Larry Bird.
Stand up for everything you believed in, and even if it's the one playing basketball. If somebody took the gloves off and wanted to go, you had to go. If you didn't, there's no use playing.
No one more qualified to ask than you. The NBA's all-time leading scorer. You won 4 championships in high school, 3 in college, probably would have been 4 if freshmen could have played. 6 in the league and 6 MVPs. Who's the greatest?
Yeah, I noticed that in the other video I did. I was like, he yelled DJ before he threw it, and somebody in the comments was like, I'm glad you noticed that he yelled DJ, because the dude I was reacting to watching his video, he didn't even recognize. Larry Bird grabbed it, stepped out of bounds, and goes, DJ, and baseball passes it all the way down court, and DJ catches it for the layup. That shit was so impressive.
Ball player of all time.
There's so many guys that you can put in there. You know, guys that have the versatility and leadership and skills. You know,
MJ, Magic, Russell.
That's a diplomatic answer.
Yourself.
I was going to say.
You guys are Mount Rushmore. So you guys are untouchable.
In terms of skills, Larry Bird could do anything.
Larry's IQ and basketball competitiveness is, uncanny. Like, Larry's a big...
Look, you notice who's on the bat? They're talking about basketball IQ. So I don't know what podcast this is off of or whatever, but everybody always tries to say that LeBron has the best IQ and he's the best passer as a small forward and shit. Do you realize who's on the screen right here that they're looking at? they're talking about Larry Bird, but they're watching LeBron. So that's how that conversation obviously came up. They're talking about LeBron's IQ. They were clearly talking about LeBron's IQ and shit, and LeBron's passing and shit. And Larry Bird got brought up in the conversation. I'm sorry, as great as a passer as LeBron is, which he is for his size and his position, he's nowhere near the passer Larry Bird was. Not even fucking close. Larry Bird's the best passer we've ever seen touch a basketball.
Larry's IQ in basketball.
But yeah, look, they got LeBron up on the screen.
Competitiveness is, uncanny. Like Larry's ability to make tough shots, his shooting, his IQ is just, I mean, man, come on, man.
There was a certain confidence you had because, you know, if you ever got in trouble, give the ball to Larry and get out of his way. And he delivered.
The double team and Bird. Larry, fake, fall away. Hits it at the buzzer. All right.
He was a cold-blooded killer. And in the last 24 seconds.
Hit that shit at the buzzer, man. Yeah, like he said, the last 24 seconds, bro, just give it to Larry Bird and get out the way.
Fall away.
And he delivered.
The double team and Bird. Larry, fake.
He only had 2 seconds to get that shot up. On 2 players.
He was a cold-blooded killer.
2 seconds and 2 defenders, and he still made it.
In the last 24 seconds, he would demand the basketball in the huddle.
How many seconds did he have right there?
He would demand.
Okay, so he's got 4 seconds. He's at all the way past. He's 3 foot past the 3-point line. He has 4 seconds to get to the rim and score this basketball.
The basketball in the huddle.
Around 2 players. Great play. I've never seen that one. Out of all the highlight reels I've watched of him, that play right there, I don't think I've ever seen. That looks like younger Larry Bird.
Larry Bird was a pain in the neck. Anytime we had a chance to win, Larry Bird changed that.
He said, Larry Bird, anytime we had a chance to win, Larry Bird changed that.
Larry Bird follows his own shot.
Bird, listen, you can't say anything bad about Bird. I mean, he's one of the greatest ever.
But Bird didn't talk trash to you.
Bird talked trash to everybody.
Larry understood, what he understands as well as anybody is personalities and people. And that's why he would do his junk talking for airing here on radio, because he understood people who would let that bother them and what they would do when it bothered them.
See, that's what I was saying earlier. He wasn't mean trash talking. He wasn't cussing at you and yelling at you and that type of shit. He was doing little jokes like, don't you got anybody who can guard me? Because that's going to, and then when the coach says nope, that's going to get in the head of every player on that bench. Like, oh, man, our coach doesn't even believe that we can guard Larry Bird. So what's the point of even trying? It's mind games. It wasn't, you're a fucking bitch. It wasn't, you can't fucking guard me. You're a pussy. It wasn't none of that. It was, man, don't you have anybody who can guard me? And the coach saying nope. And all them players on the bench going, damn, we can't even guard him. What's the point of even trying? Mind games. That's why I said he was playing 4D chess and they were playing Connect 4 out there.
That's the way Larry, that was his gamesmanship.
But didn't he? Did he get to a point where he had respect for you?
I always tell this story about Larry Bird. I remember him, he was cursing under his breath. And I asked him, I said, Larry, what's going on with you? He says, you guys are being disrespectful to me. And I says, what are you talking about? He says, you guys are putting a white guy on me. That's disrespectful.
Wait, who's the white guy you put on him?
I can't remember who it was. I just started laughing. I had no comeback. When he says, it's disrespectful when y'all put a white guy on me. And I'm sitting there like, I'm laughing in the middle of a game.
He's not adding the part where he was like, you can't put a white guy on me. You got to put a brother on me. Larry Bird literally said, you got to put a brother on me. That shit's hilarious.
You guys played the Chicago Bulls first round of the playoffs, and you guys went out. It might have been you and Roby, and you went out with Bird, and the Chicago Bull cheerleaders bought you beers, figuring that they could get Larry drunk, and then Larry lit them up, and then walked off the floor and walked by the cheerleaders and said, Thanks for the beers.
I didn't tell you the story, but the story is true. that is very typically Larry.
Okay, all right.
He knew right away. He knew what was happening. He knew right away what was happening. And again, okay, so we talk about motivation. For Larry, that's another motivation for him. So he could have that in his mind. So when he walked off the court, you know, he can let you know, hey, you can do whatever you want. Doesn't make a difference to me.
Yeah, you can score as much as you want. You can have the best game of your life, but I'm still gonna walk away with the win. That's how you know, bro, you that dude. You that dude. The dude can have the best game of his life. Larry, look, Michael Jordan scored what, 62? The Celtics still got the win.
But that's Larry.
I got a pull hamstring, so I'm not playing tonight. He walks down.
Just heard this.
Since you okay? What is it?
Hopefully there's like 4 minutes left of this video, so we'll see if there's any other ones that we haven't heard yet tonight.
Monthly payments, even though she
extremely confident.
He had unshakable confidence. If he could get his shot off, he felt like we was going to win the ball game.
As soon as Larry let
I think I'm gonna look into finding a compilation of all his game-winning and game-tying shots, or just all of his shots where it was at the end of it could be into the first quarter, like all of his shots that he hit at the buzzer and stuff like that. I'm gonna probably try to look into finding a compilation about that.
Oh, he virtually turns to the bench and he's looking over like, you should have had more than one guy on me.
Bird hits and the Celtics win it. The three-pointer by Larry Bird at the buzzer.
They needed 3 to win it, and I got to play Larry. So I'm down in the post.
Yeah, Larry. You said Larry was the type of Superman for sure. Like the other dude that the video I reacted to was saying he was from another planet and he was some type of alien. And the only way we would get another Larry Bird is if that planet sends another Larry Bird down here to play basketball.
Knowing that he's going to come off of a pick, so I'm holding his jersey and I'm doing everything I can.
Yeah, do his
block
game winners.
pass,
Okay.
Whatever I could do to stop him from getting the open shot.
Larry Bird with a big three-point bomb.
Once the shot was airborne, I just knew it was going in. That's the nightmare that you have when you know a player like Larry Bird has an opportunity to get a shot off.
Here we go. We got 9 minutes of Larry Bird.
Defensively.
We got 9 minutes of Larry Bird game winners right here.
See if they wind it all the way down. Inside of 10 seconds. Bird low. You can't double yet. Now you can quickly. Bird's jumper. Good. 3.6 seconds.
3.6 seconds left. This looks like this is real old footage. This had to have been like early 80s stuff.
Inside of 10 seconds. Bird low. You can't double yet. Now you can quickly. Bird's jumper.
Good.
3.6 seconds left. Larry.
Oh no, this is against the Bulls. So this wasn't. That's Phil Jackson. So this is Michael Jordan's Bulls.
Bird gives the Boston Celtics a 2-point lead. The Celtics came down and executed beautifully. They ran off 13 seconds, and Bird nails the turnaround. Everybody in this building.
Scottie Pippen, one of the best defenders of all time. Oh, this is when Michael Jordan comes over for help. Okay, I have seen this one.
He had to know it was going on. Michael came over to help out.
All those people can shoot the ball.
It comes out to Drexler at half court. Clyde looking to just work himself.
Clyde Drexler. Do you guys think I should do a video on Clyde Drexler? He's a freaking beast too.
Takes the fall away. Nailed it with 3 seconds left.
3 seconds. You left him too much time.
Wow, Drexler. And he was wearing Dennis Johnson.
Larry Bird just needs a second or two to win the game.
The entire time. But you know what?
What a player he's turning into.
3 seconds is a lot of time.
Yeah.
Drexler gets the ball. He's got that isolation. They're in that four-corner type of offense. Works DJ, top of the key, spins back on him, and takes a foul line jump shot that just rattles in.
You said you think that was in the 90s? That when did Phil Jackson come to the Bulls?
right, here we go. There's Comes in, the Bird knocked out of bounds. The second goes off
Okay, so now he's only got 2 seconds.
the clock as Kersey got a hand on it.
Is this the one that he hits in the corner, or is this a different one?
Chris Ford and Jimmy Rogers.
Oh, yeah, this is the one he hits in the corner with 2 people on him.
Off the Boston bench, directing traffic. They're trying to get a photographer away. He doesn't want to move. DJ again to make the inbound pass. They're double teaming Bird. Larry, fake, fall away. Hits it!
Crazy.
Larry, fake, fall away. Hits it!
That's just ice in his veins, man, for real. Like, that's clutch as clutch gets. 2 seconds. He only had enough time to do one dribble, a pump fake, and shoot it. That's all the time he had.
From first call to final invoice.
That's just as clutch gets, man. You just got freaking the shot made on you. You're down. You only got 2 seconds to shoot it.
Success.
Unbelievable.
Larry Bird remains the greatest small forward.
Definitely do the 90-point duel between Larry and Clyde. And Larry's last season, he had 49 points. Okay, cool. Because I did the one where it was Larry Bird and who was it? Larry Bird and somebody else had a duel where they scored like 70-something points or 80-something points in one game. It might have been MJ and Larry. I don't remember who it was. I'll definitely look into that.
Here's Bird manning up tight on him. Bird leans to the three.
Yes! In your face, he gives Bannister 5.
Misses 2. Makes a big one here with 2:45 to go.
Here's
Man,
Bird's
Larry.
backbreaker. Fakes using the Parrish pick, and as the defense collapses, he steps back. Watch him now. Well, we didn't see it.
You said the duel I did was MJ and him. Okay, so do the Clyde Drexler duel and Larry Bird duel. I'll look up at that one next. I'll probably stop this live stream after this video and do the Clyde Drexler and the Larry duel next.
Watch him give Bannister the sign for the high five, and Bannister gives it back to him. Celtics want someone else to start it. Now they get it.
If you guys see me on my phone for a sec, I was getting a video for social media of the live stream in the chat so I could post it up.
Hornacek has it to Eddie Johnson, baseline, whoa, fall away. Suns lead by 2.
This is like when you really know your clutch, like, is when another team comes down, makes could be a game-winning shot, and then you still have the composure to go down and win. It's not the game's tied up and now you're coming down the court. It's the other team goes down, hits a shot that could win the game, and you keep your composure enough to come down and hit the shot. That's when you know you're really clutch.
104 to 102. 25 seconds to play in the game. There's a 3-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Bird, baseline, lays it.
How do I do that? How do I give you I don't know how to do that. I'll have to look into how to do that for you. To do the mod thing, because I'm not on OBS. I'm on Restream. I haven't figured out OBS yet, so I'll have to look into how to do that so I can do that for you guys next time.
It up. Yes! Count the basket for Larry Bird, and he was fouled. With 17 seconds to go, he ties it at 104. Bird with 48 points in the game. Look at this.
Another incredible performance.
On mine, it's not letting me click on your picture. That just is like hiding your thing. Like it's there. I can pin it. Let me see. Reply, timeout, block, add to Restream, block. Yeah, see, I can't do that on here. I don't know why. I'll have to look into how I do that for you guys, and I can do it on the next streams, all right?
Once again, when he makes up his mind, he needs the two strong enough to absorb the considerable contact from the weak side, and yet still, watch.
Damn, he got hit hard.
He needs the two strong enough to absorb the considerable contact from the weak side, and yet still, watch.
Damn, he got hit hard.
Yes, knocks him out.
Drives around him. And the ball gets knocked out of bounds by 8. Oh, they call it the other way. The Detroit ball with 5 seconds to go. Thomas wants to get it in quickly. And now there's a steal by Bird. Underneath the DJ.
I mean, that's a game-winning steal, but that's not. I know why they put it in here because Bird still made the play, but he didn't make the game-winning shot on this one. But that just shows you that he, like he said, he controlled every aspect of the game without even having the ball in his hand. Yeah, no, I'll look up how to do the moderator shit and how I can add you into that after this stream when I have time to search it and everything, so I can do that stuff for you guys next time.
During the timeout, I'm going through a play, and about that time, Larry steps in and says, Coach, why don't you just give me the ball and tell everybody to get out of the way? That's Larry.
Yeah, some of these game winners I've seen already.
When he wants the ball, he wants the ball. After the timeout, we walk back on the court, and then Xavier.
This one still mesmerizes me. He goes, just give me the ball and everybody get out the way. That's like Kobe Bryant's play where he goes, and that literally just means clear out, get out the way. When Kobe Bryant would come down the court and like dribbling, and he would like stop dribbling for a second, go like, and then start dribbling again, that just meant clear out, get out the way. I'm about to do this.
So he tells Xavier, he says, I'm getting the ball.
And I said, I know, I'm going to be waiting. And he said, I'm going to get it right here. I'm going to shoot it right in your face.
10 seconds.
Get it right here and shoot it in your face.
5, and Bird has the basketball. Look out. Larry Bird, just phenomenal the way that
he came out and went right about that exact spot and shot a shot right in my face. And, you know, he was like, I didn't mean to leave 2 seconds on the clock. He wanted to shoot it with 0 seconds on the clock. I walked back to the sideline like, damn.
They clear it out a bit for John. Larry tries to fight his way through with Barkley all over him. They're not going to call a foul. Goes to Bird. He's open. Got it at the buzzer.
Well, we wondered if he had the match again.
Charles Barkley was a great defender too. Didn't Charles Barkley get a bunch of all defense teams in his time and stuff, if I remember correctly?
He had unshakable confidence. If he could get his shot off, he felt like we was going to win the ball game.
2-point Maverick lead.
Bird's the man they want to have it. Yes, indeed.
Bird, 4-3.
I've never seen that one yet.
Bird's the man they want to have it. Yes,
Hold
indeed.
Bird, 4-3.
Ooh.
Yes, Larry Bird for 3.
Look, did you see the dude that was standing under the basket? He's just like he didn't know what to do. Like, what the fuck?
Bird, 4-3. Yes.
Look at number 12 right here when I press play. Look what he does with his hands.
Larry Bird for 3.
You don't know what to do.
Celtics lead it by 1. What can you say about Larry Bird?
Imagine the arrogance, the wonderful arrogance of a man who needs 2 to tie or 3 to win and says, let's roll the dice.
I remember we were playing Washington in Washington one night, and Larry just hit what would have been the game-winning shot. KC called timeout.
It won't count. It does not count. Boston had called a timeout.
Damn.
Larry came back to the bench, and he was a little upset. I'm going to get the ball.
Ready.
This is the Tempur-Pedic Breeze match.
We just saw that one in the video before. That's the only reason I was going to skip through it. My bad. I got to turn the volume back on.
I'm going to stick it.
Remaining in the fourth quarter. All right, here's Bird. He fires.
I've never seen that one, bro. What the fuck? He didn't even get into a shooting for him. He shot under his arm.
In the fourth quarter. All right, here's Bird.
Yeah, he shot his head and his arms were under Drexler's arm. That's crazy. I better put some respect on number 33, bro. The more and more I watch him, bro, the more and more I'm like, how do people not be putting him in the top? When I hear people say, like, oh, he's a top 15 player of all time, like, you have got lost your fucking mind, bro. He's top 3. You could put the top 3 in whatever order you want, but he's top 3 to ever pick up a basketball.
Oh, man. Larry was so confident, so extreme.
You're going to have him at 1, 2, or 3. I respect any order, but he's definitely top 3 to ever pick up a basketball. Better people got to put some respect on this man's name for real.
Confident.
All right, here we go. 15 seconds left in regulation. Bird's three-pointer, no. Rebound tipped out deep. Ray Williams has it. Williams to Bird again. Up.
He did what? He banked in a 3 in the game on a bet? That's crazy, bro. What the fuck?
Fakes. Fires another three-pointer. Oh! Ties it up. 113 to 113 with 5 seconds left to play.
Larry said, "You guys want to win the game?" Everybody said, "Sure. Yeah, absolutely." He goes, "Give me the ball and get out of the way."
Yeah, that's the one where he said, anybody who wants to make history right now, go pass in the ball. He literally looked at his team and said, if you want to make history right now, then be the one to pass in the ball. And one of the dudes was like, okay, I'll pass it in. And fucking Larry Bird hit the game winner.
Bird pops out, gets it on the sideline, goes baseline, throws it up, and Larry Bird.
Yeah, he literally told his own team, like, whoever wants to make history right now, whoever wants to be involved in history right now, just take the ball out.
There's nobody better with a game on the line. Maybe nobody better ever.
I remember in particular one where I had to make a pass in from Phoenix, and the entire...
As much as you guys are talking about Larry Bird banking and stuff, and Larry Bird was great off the glass, if you go watch, I did a video on Kobe Bryant's like glass work and stuff, how great he was. I think, to me personally, I think Kobe Bryant's bank game and his glass, like the way Kobe Bryant used the backboard, is better than any player we've ever seen. He really did master the way banking of stuff off, like from the different angles and stuff. Kobe Bryant used the glass more than we've ever seen any other player.
The Suns crowd was going wild.
Max looking, loops it to Bird, a runner. It's gone!
Yeah, fact. You said funny. It's funny to do it during the 3-point shootout, but during a game, though, he said Larry Legend at it again. For real, for real. Only a handful of players were able to do some stuff like that during a game.
Bird hits and the Celtics win it.
As soon as Larry let it go, he virtually turns to the bench and he's looking over like, you should have had more than one guy on me.
Should have had more than one guy on me. Crazy.
You could have heard a mouse pee on cotton in that building. It got that quiet.
Larry Bird, and look at the concentration. Looks like he's found the mark, Bill.
Okay, so which 3-point competition was this one? Because the one he won in the NBA, he had his warm-ups on. Was this another one that he did in the NBA? Because he missed the first shot on this one.
He made 9 straight before he missed.
Larry Bird on his way to victory here in the long-distance shootout.
Oh, you're right.
Off the glass. Give me a break, Larry.
Banked it in.
Oh, wait a second. Off the glass. Give me a break, Larry.
That's right. And if anybody needs $10,000, I'm sure, it's Larry Bird.
Larry Bird, our winner here in the 3-point long-distance shootout.
He missed more in that one than he did the other ones.
Congratulations to Larry Bird.
That's the end of the video, y'all. I'm going to get off here for a little bit. Man, what is this? I tried to add somebody. My bad. But I'm going to get off here for a little bit. I'll be back live. I'll probably do a couple more lives tonight, man. If you guys are still up and around, man, hop back in. I appreciate every